Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
All right, an Alabama man is in a lot of trouble, as he should be. His son shot his wife and his 18-month-old daughter, and the father helped him escape and then came back and called in the crime scene an hour later. Tristan Stewart has been charged with capital murder in the Friday night slaying of his wife and the harming of his daughter in Marion County. His father, Kenneth Stewart, 69 years old, is charged with aiding and abetting a capital murder suspect in obstruction of government operations. He went and tried to help him get away. Really, really bad idea to do that. And he is now going to find himself in a bad situation, which is exactly where he should be. But this is a really sad story. 18-month-old and a young lady lost her life. 18-month-old only injured, though, so at least that's positive.
Number 6.
Governor-elect Coach United States Senator Tommy Tuberville, Republican. You also know about Attorney General Steve Marshall running for United States Senate for Tuberville's seat. They both mocked MSNBC's new name change to MS Now, and they are not the only ones doing that. There are a lot of people mocking that name change because it is absolutely horrendous, but they're trying their best to make it work because they want to see they can break away from NBC News. I'm just kidding. NBC News dumped them. Tuberville suggested the name should be MSinformation, like misinformation. That's actually pretty good. I like it. I like that. And Marshall says new name, same fake news. And that's true as well. So kudos to them for getting on top of a trend and mocking this. And everyone should be doing this. They're in big trouble, which I'm a big fan of them being in big trouble. They're jokes.
Number 5.
Hamas agreed to a 60-day ceasefire proposal with Israel. Well, I mean, Israel didn't. Israel didn't agree, so it's not. But yeah, so they've agreed to a premise, and it's not the premise that they're going to agree with. But our friends in the media are going to pretend that there's a peace deal or a ceasefire on the table, releasing half the hostages in exchange for Israel freeing some Palestinian prisoners. Israel's not doing that. They're not doing that. They're just not going to do it. Hamas knows they have to hang on to some of these hostages or they are going to get wiped out. They know that. That's what their issue is. Egypt and Qatar is supporting this. The United States says no, that's not what's going to happen. And we're not supporting this. Israel's not on board with this.
Number 4.
President Donald Trump renewed his push to end mail-in voting. I gotta tell you something. I gotta tell you something. Okay, I don't like this, and I'm gonna tell you why. And a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but I'm gonna tell you why I don't like this. I don't like this because the simple fact is, unless he is successful at ending mail-in voting, which I think seems very unlikely, that the president of the United States is going to be able to wave his hand and make this happen, he's undermining Republicans' willingness to use mail-in voting. And I gotta tell you, if these are the rules, Republicans are going to be in trouble because they've utilized mail-in voting and all these other options in order to turn out their voters. And now Donald Trump saying we need to do away with it. Unless he's successful doing this, I don't like it.
Number 3.
Attorney General Bill Barr, the former Attorney General under Donald Trump and hardly a Trump ally. There was some news last week that Bill Barr had actually helped Letitia James. I know that sounds crazy, but that was what the report was last week. Bill Barr, there was some talk about that, and I think it's pretty interesting that Bill Barr is now finding himself in a situation where he's testifying right now about the Epstein case. And Bill Barr says, hey, there's no evidence that Donald Trump's anywhere involved in any of this. So I think you need to understand this. And I love this. Because once again, you have another person coming out and saying, hey, Donald Trump has nothing to do with this. And the American media now goes, oh, yeah? Well, Bill Barr, he sucks. Wait a second. He didn't suck last week.
Number 2.
Former U.S. Representative Jerry Carl, Republican out of Mobile, has now launched a comeback bid to reclaim Alabama's first congressional district in 2026. So he wants to reclaim his old seat. Now, this seat is currently held by U.S. Representative Barry Moore out of Enterprise. He lost that seat when they redrew the districts, and Barry Moore pulled off what a lot of people considered to be an upset. But there was some redistricting done after Moore announced he was running for the United States Senate. Moore said, Jerry Carl said, I'm going to run for that seat. So now he has made that announcement, and he is saying that he's coming to take it back. This is good for Alabama as a whole, guys. You want to have as many allies in the United States Senate as possible with experience. And Jerry Carl has it. He'll obviously be the front runner down there. We'll see what happens.
Now, time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
All right, let's talk about this. Yesterday, we had a meeting between Donald Trump, Vladimir Zelensky, and foreign leaders. Okay? So Trump hosted Zelensky, sparred with some foreign leaders during the Ukrainian peace talk conversation. And I got to tell you, I like where this is going. They all seem to be relatively on the same page. It all seems to be moving forward. This took place at the White House. We should be happy about this. They're hoping to advance a potential deal involving land concessions and a NATO membership ban. But Russian President Vladimir Putin threw some cold water on this issue, especially the issue of the peacekeeping force, while saying that he would, in fact, meet with Zelensky and Trump. So there is that side of this as well. So Zelensky and Trump will meet with Putin at some point in time. There is progress on the Ukrainian peace front. European leaders came in. These are all relatively good things we should be happy about. Now, will we be happy about this at the end of all of this? I don't know. But progress has been made, and we should praise that. Just keep that in mind. That's where we're at right now. Let's take a quick time out. When we come back, we got a lot more coming up here. We also have to talk for a second about one thing, and that is, and this is very important here, we have to continue talking about this Ukraine stuff and all that. But, you know, in the state of Alabama, it's also pretty important to talk about this Jerry Carl thing, because that's a big deal because of the impact it could have. So we'll discuss that a little bit later as well. Keep it locked right here. Right now, it's the Dale Jackson Show on WVNN.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 things you should be talking about today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.